Hello, how are we doing? Welcome back to another video. Today we talk about candles, something that doesn't seem like it's very important, but it is. In the Old Testament, when the people of Israel offered worship, they did so among the flicker of many lights. In 1st of Kings, chapter 7, verses 48 and 49, it says, "So Solomon made the lampstands of pure gold, 5 on the south side and 5 on the north, before the inner sanctuary." These candelabras were so important that the temple menorah became the most recognizable symbol of Judaism. It appears on many surfaces. When the Roman Emperor Titus conquered Jerusalem, he wished to memorialize his conquest. He did this with an image of his troops carrying away the menorah. See, even the Romans knew the importance of candles to our faith. In one of the earliest descriptions of Christian liturgy, we find St. Paul preaching in a crowded room. In Acts of the Apostles, chapter 20, verse 8, St. Luke notes that there were many lights in the upper chamber where we were gathered. All those lights in one small room would be too much, unless they served a ceremonial purpose rather than a utilitarian one. Jesus constantly spoke of his gospel and of himself in terms of light. This is why the lamp was itself a symbol of Jesus Christ. "I am the light of the world. He who follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." John chapter 8, verse 12. The word illumination was a word that commonly used as a synonym for baptism. Hence, baptism is light. In the church's great celebration of baptism, the Easter Vigil liturgy, the priest holds the Paschal candle, that's that big candle during the time of Easter, and proclaims "Christ our light" 3 times. Christ came not just to light our way, but to give us his light as our own. "You are the light of the world." This is from Matthew chapter 5, verse 14. Ancient world scripture scholar St. Jerome delighted in this custom of the Catholic Church, that whenever the gospel is to be read, the candles are lighted, not of course to scatter the darkness, but by way of showing our joy. That light is Christ, and by grace it is his saints too. It's you and it's me. If you have an image of Mary or Christ or of a saint, I want you to light a candle for them, and I want you to pray for their intercession. Today's Ponder in Your Heart moment is very short, but I have a little reflection on that after I read it to you. It says, "The lamps that you kindle are a sacrament of the illumination of baptism, by means of which we shall meet the bridegroom as shining and virgin souls, with the lamps of our faith shining, not sleeping through our carelessness, that we may not miss him that we look for, if he come unexpectedly, nor yet unfed and without oil, and destitute of good works, that we be not cast out of his bridal chamber." See Matthew chapter 25, verses 1 through 13. "For I see how pitiable is such a case. He will come when the cry demands the meeting, and those who are prudent shall meet him, with the light shining and its food abundant." This is from St. Gregory Nazianzen from the 4th century. Okay, so in the Ponder in Your Heart moment, St. Gregory Nazianzen is drawing similarities between Jesus' second coming and the story of the wise and foolish maidens. In this story, there are 10 maidens who took their lamps and went to meet this bridegroom. 5 were wise and brought oil with them, and the other 5 were foolish and didn't bring a flask of oil. The bridegroom was running late, so all the maidens slept. Come midnight, there was a cry, "Behold the bridegroom, come out and meet him." All the maidens awoke and trimmed their lamps. The foolish said to the wise, "Give us some of your oil, for our lamps are going out." But the wise maidens denied, saying, "There might not be enough for both us and you." They then told them to go and buy their own. And while they were gone, the bridegroom came, and those who were ready went into the wedding feast, and the door was shut. Later, the other maidens came, saying, "Lord, Lord, open to us." And the bridegroom replied, "Truly I say to you, I do not know you." This story is truly amazing. It calls us to be prepared at all times. As we discussed in the video about baptism, Jesus is referred to as the bridegroom. In our lives, we want to be like the 5 wise maidens. We don't know when the bridegroom will be coming. In this instance, the bridegroom we're talking about is Jesus. So, since we don't know when Jesus is coming, we must always be prepared, always be ready to enter the wedding feast with the Lord. That is all for this video. Have a blessed day, and I'll see you next time.